How do you actually stop scrolling? The answer is simpler than you think. But the funny thing is that the people who need this advice the most are probably the ones who's gonna scroll away or click on the next video. But if you are ready to break free from doom scrolling, I'll give you actionable tips throughout the video, and by the end, you leave with the confidence to finally take back control of your phone and attention. Before we talk solutions, let's get clear on the main downsides of scrolling. Number 1, it overstimulates your brain. Habitually scrolling leads to an increased threshold for what feels enjoyable for you. Activities like working, reading, learning, or even spending time with loved ones will start to feel dull in comparison. It's like training your brain to need constant stimulation just to feel at ease. Second, it shortens your attention span. The people who can focus for longer periods are the ones who will thrive in the future. Every minute you spend mindlessly scrolling is like giving your competition a head start. Honestly, when I see someone scrolling aimlessly, it reminds me of when I'm competing in sport and seeing my competition consistently eating junk food or partying. It might come off as a bit arrogant, but I'm secretly smiling to myself when I see people mindlessly scroll, because I know that they represent most of my competition. And I know that if that is my competition, I'm going to crush them. Social media is like junk food for your brain. It gives you that quick short-term satisfaction, but it's going to ruin you long-term. Third, it's a complete waste of time. You could have spent that time on something so much more meaningful and fun things, like learning a skill, reading, deepening relationships, or even just truly resting. Life is just the sum of every present moment, and by wasting your time, you're wasting your life. To solve scrolling, you need to identify what things about scrolling that distracts you the most and build systems and rules around them. This is actually one of the 30 challenges we do in my 30-day community challenge. In there, I share my complete system, but to not overwhelm you and get you started, here are 3 quick and actionable tips. The most challenging app for me and most people are gonna be Instagram. If you're an Android user, you're in great luck and I greatly envy you. Download distraction-free apps right now and it's gonna save your life. I'm honestly considering an Android for my next phone just because of this. This app allows you to use the Instagram app as normal, but it blocks the feed and other functionalities you don't want to use. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, I just love what they do. So I'll put a link to their website in the description below. Unfortunately, an app like that doesn't exist for iPhone users, but below I share my best workaround so far for Instagram. I've built a 3-line defense system to prevent me from doom scrolling. First defense line, if I only want to message people, I will use the app Business Suite. This app allows me to message people through Instagram, but it doesn't come with the Instagram Reel functionality. Second defense line, if I want to follow or see other notifications for my Instagram, I use it through a phone browser like Safari or Google Chrome or on my computer. I don't really get pulled into doom scrolling by using Instagram through the browser. Also, I have extensions that block the feed through the browser. Third defense line, if I want to use more specific functionalities like seeing photos or posts that my friends sent, only then will I use the Instagram app. But I have to go through the blocker app Jomo. In this app, I've set it up such that I need to wait 10 seconds every time I open Instagram, and I usually only unblock it for 5 minutes. This system allows me to use Instagram intentionally, experience its benefits while minimizing the downsides. A general rule I follow is keeping my phone in a closed drawer for the first 3 hours after waking up and the last hour before bed. This isn't a strict rule. There are days I need to check my phone during those times, and that's totally fine. But for the most part, I only take it out when I genuinely need it and put it back immediately when I'm done. I've also noticed that the physical act of putting my phone away and closing the drawer signals to my brain that now is a no phone time. This significantly reduces my cravings and frees up my headspace to fully focus on my work tasks. Lastly, I'll leave you with a bonus tip. As technology continues to evolve, companies will keep finding new ways to hijack your brain and capture your attention. To stay in control, you need to consistently update your systems and rules. The ones who are aware and proactive will get ahead, while those who remain unaware and passive will fall behind. But if your brain has reinforced the negative behaviors of mindlessly scrolling for a long time, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be hard. To make everything a lot easier, there's one thing you can do to reset your brain, and I'll tell you everything about that in this video.